I'm glad that you got to see the BS that I have to put up with. Okay. I like how I asked our executive producer, oh, now is when you chose to put the dishwasher on? And she said, well, I did that way earlier. It doesn't still have to happen during this show. I'll do you one better. The other day, right before we were supposed to actually record the show, literally right as I'm walking up to the chair, she stops me and she goes, I just need to tell you about this bad thing that happened at work today. And I'm just like, I'm literally going to get ready for a show in which I'm trying to make people do the funny ha-has. You're trying to put me in this kind of mind state. What do you know? Welcome to a conversation with Judy and Ryan on YouTube at TABPOD. Also check us out on TikTok and on Twix. I be having fun on there, and Judy be laying it down on TikTok. Also, please remember to give us 5 stars if you are listening to this on an audio platform. If you decline to give us 5 stars, please let me know, why do you hate me? And if you've made it this far into the video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. See, we've hit everything. That is a hot 45 seconds right there. Give me my good flowers, start. Judy.
Good start. That was a good start. You didn't stumble, nothing. It was good.
I have to, after anyone watching on the video feed may notice that the lighting is a little weird right now. It's because guess what? This did not happen when it was supposed to happen. The technology said, Ryan, take a step back. You are not doing anything tonight. And you're like, Oh, what happened? No. Everything happened. First, my camera didn't want to work. Then none of the audio wanted to work. Then I think at some point my computer just started laughing at me. Just like, ha, 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 ha. Oh, at one point, the audio for Judy made me sound like I was fucking Optimus Prime. This is like,
that's pretty funny.
Oh, God. So we are doing things a little differently today just because, we're filming on a Saturday rather than a Thursday. But I'm glad that we're here. It's about the journey, not about the destination. And you know what I will say? The one thing I was very proud of myself is that throughout that entire process, I never got overly upset. I was frustrated, obviously, but back in the day when something like this would happen, a chair is going in the air, okay? A piece of furniture that I had, I would no longer have because it is getting broken in some way, shape, or form. The security deposit is going to be a little suspect, okay? That's all I'm saying. But no, this time it was you know what? This is not working. We've been doing this we've been trying to fix it for over an hour. We're just gonna reset. Do we have a time to record another? Because that was the other thing. If we did not have the time to record on today, I would have just gone low tech and been like, all right, well, we're doing it, with just everything on my computer. It's gonna be bad audio, it's gonna be bad video, but here we are. Oh.
We just go push through.
Exactly. All right, I've meandered enough on complaining about technology and everything. I want to talk about a story that is just, oh my God, it's been so fascinating to me. Mm-hmm. And Judy, I know you have not known everything that's been going on with it, but P. Diddy, Papa Diddy, Puff Daddy, Diddy, the D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, the I, the D, this Diddy. That's too many D's and I's. But he has been in the news. His home got raided by the FBI last week.
I saw that part. Yeah.
He is being investigated for sexual trafficking. Ooh. And I had heard ancillary stories along the way because a lot of stuff has been building up to this, right? So right. I've heard the headline this, the headline that. To me, that's usually just, we live in America and people get sued all the time and stuff like that. But he's a celebrity, so his he's out in the media more regarding these kind of things.
Right.
But then when he got raided by the FBI, I was like, hold up. That's Diddy. Say what? If you know the song that was funny to you right now, my mom was like, why is he talking like that? I don't understand. But what I did is I went and I found a timeline of everything that's been going on with Diddy, thanks to USA Today. This timeline goes like all the way back to Bad Boy Records inception. We don't need all that. We just need to know like what's been going on, let's say over the last 6 years or so, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so wait, I'm on the wrong screen now. There we go. All right, so the first thing I want to just talk about, just 06, this doesn't have anything to do with the cases or anything, but I want you to just understand the mindset that this dude is in. 2006, Diddy welcomes daughter Chance Combs while Kim Porter, who is his like on and off again girlfriend for his entire life, is pregnant. Okay, so he's already double dipping. Okay, we just living his best life. Moving forward, way forward, October 2018, Diddy and Cassie call it quits for good. I guess these two had been dating on and off for about a decade, and they called it quits. This will be more important later on. We will see, okay? I'm like a lawyer right now. Exhibit 1. All right. So we move forward. 2018, Diddy's ex Kim Porter dies. This doesn't, obviously it's sad that somebody passed, but this doesn't really have any bearing on anything else going on in the story. June 19th, Gina Hyun alleges Diddy abused her during a 5-year relationship. Uh-oh. We're starting to get some bad stuff now. All right, so he's getting accused of physically abusing her. She said that he once stomped her in the stomach. So, all right, so we move on. June 2022, City Girls rapper Young Mommy and Diddy confirmed they're dating. All right, so
Young Miami.
Young Miami. It was young Mommy would have been good. God damn. My dyslexia is for real, because I've been saying Bobby for like 3 days reading this thing. And then you said Miami one time, like, wow, it cleared right the fuck up. Okay. So now he's dating somebody else. Okay, that doesn't matter as much. If you're looking on YouTube, you could see Diddy in. That's a Met Gala outfit. If there ever was a Met Gala outfit, he looks like he's trying to be like a hip hop version of the Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, so then he has a daughter with Dana Tran. Okay. September 2023 is when things start ramping up, okay? First thing is he gives all the publishing rights back to his bad boy artists, okay? So I don't know why he did that. I don't know if it was a PR thing or whatever, but he does that. Next, he gets the key to the city. Everything is coming up Diddy right now. He gets the key to the city, to coincide with his new The Love album, Off the Grid, that is being released. And he was given a Global Icon Award at the MTV Music Video Awards, or Video Music Awards, which, if you know anything about award show, you don't get much more prestige than a Global Icon Award at the MTV Video Music Awards. I swear to God, I didn't even know that the VMAs were still happening.
We're still yes, it's every year still doing it.
Oh my God. The music videos didn't last on music television, but the VMAs, they will keep going. Oh, okay. Now we get into it. We're going from September when he got the key to the city to now November of that same year. Cassie, the lady he was dating on and off for a decade, accuses Diddy of hard R-wording her and sex trafficking before settling, right? Now, by that, what happened? She accused him, and literally a day later, they settled out of court or whatever.
Yeah.
But this was the big one when this was announced, okay? And then from there, November 2023, same month, Joy Dickerson Neal alleges Diddy drugged and sexually assaulted her also. Okay, so now the first, it's like an avalanche. That first snowflake of Cassie started, and now it's just trickling down and it's starting to gain steam.
Right.
November 2023, Jane Doe accuses Diddy and Aaron Hall of hard R-wording her in the 90s. Okay, so everyone's coming out the woodwork.
Right.
This is how you know it was getting bad, though. In that same month, Diddy now steps down as Revolt chairman. Revolt was his TV studio that he was trying to create. That was like, it was online. It was also in collaboration with like a YouTube type thing. And he now is stepping down from that because of all the bad PR that's going on. Fast forward to December. Harvey Pierre, accused of gang R-wording a 17-year-old girl with Diddy. Like, wow. Yeah, okay. There's not many more details I need to go into with that one.
Right.
While he's doing all this, he also withdrew his lawsuit against Ciroc Vodka owner Diageo. Why the names? Why? Diageo.
I think it's Diageo.
Yeah. So I always thought he owned Ciroc Vodka. This is how little I know about business in general. He was just doing what every celebrity is doing now, in which somebody brought him a business and he just said, yeah, he told everyone it was his when it wasn't actually his. So he ended up basically through this aspect selling off his Ciroc Vodka and his, I believe it was called De Leon tequila brands back to Diageo. And then this is the one after I saw all the stuff going on with him getting with the police going to his home. This is the one that had me rolling, though. And look, I'm a child, which is why I had me rolling. But Diddy accused of sexually assaulting producer for the Love album. This dude's name is Lil Rod. And the reason I found this funny is because not only did he accuse Diddy, he also accused Cuba Gooding Jr. of sexually assaulting him. And I was just like, Cuba's still around? Like, I just thought he was like at his house, just chilling off of like show me the money still. You know, like I didn't think that he was actually doing anything, but no, apparently he's out there at Puff Daddy fucking parties sexually assaulting Lil Rod, allegedly. And then finally, we get to March of 2024. Homeland Security investigations raid Diddy's homes. And yeah, it's been so amazing to see all this happening, you know, in somewhat in real time, but just like we're seeing someone of our youth, we're seeing so many people of our youths just, you know, crashing and burning. If you told me in the year 2000 that people that would potentially be going to jail for the rest of their lives included Diddy and Bill Cosby, I would be like, what?
Yeah.
You know? And then you want to throw someone like, let's even throw Harvey Weinstein, because Miramax was at the top of its game in early 2000s, right? Like, it's just, the longer stuff is out there, man. Like, don't do dirt, okay? We live in a society, if anyone will show you anything, like, this is not the 50s where you would die in the 90s and your stuff stayed dead with you. No. We live in technology age now, and nothing ever goes away, okay?
Nope.
Oh, God.
That's crazy. I didn't realize all those people also started coming out after
After
Cassie's whole thing. Yeah.
Because that was the big one. It was when she did it, because she's a big enough name in the industry and from being with him for so long, that when she came out and said something, other people were like, oh, well, I could do this then.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's crazy about all this is that, to me, because that's when I was in high school, Diddy and J-Lo will always be connected. Okay?
Yeah.
Because they, you know, that's when, in my opinion, that's when she was at the top of her fame, was when her and Diddy were together.
Yes.
You can argue that because really she's always been at kind of the same level of fame. It's just been in different lights. Like at one point she was really popular with the hip hop crowd. And then at one point she was really really popular with the stay-at-home mom crowd with all those stupid movies she was doing, like Made in Manhattan. The only person who could actually sit through Made in Manhattan is someone who literally has nothing else going on in their life. There's this like, I don't have shit else to do. I might as well just sit through this thing. That's the only reason that you sit through that movie. But I bring that up because she has made a new movie. She has made 2 new movies, actually. One is called The Greatest Love Story Never Told, which is a documentary of her album that she just came out with / her love story with Ben Affleck.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Because I guess now I'm not the hugest J-Lo fan, believe it or not. But I guess like the last album that she had come out was 20 years ago. And that's also the last time she was with Ben Affleck. I could be wrong on that. I might have misheard that. But that's also part of this whole thing. But what's getting lost in the shuffle, right? Because there's so many clips coming out from that documentary, especially the one where everybody's just like, yeah, Jason Momoa said no to your movie. Derek Huff said no to your movie. So-and-so said no to your movie. And she just, they're like, I know why they're saying no, because I used to say no to stuff too. Like, you don't say no to anything anymore? What? Yeah. Like, she is out there in the documentary. But what is lost in the shuffle is that she also released a movie. Okay? And I just want to share like 20 seconds of this movie with you, Judy, so you could see how insane it looks. Because like I said, to me, this looks crazy.
Time's up. Let's pick this back up next
Is
week.
that Fat Joe?
Yes.
What are you guys doing here?
We think you might be a sex addict.
Every time I see you. What?
Maybe.
Okay.
Oh, it's a musical?
I'm sure it is, right? I'm sure that there's a lot of music going on in it. But that's 20 seconds, okay? In 20 seconds, we saw her on the back of a motorcycle in some weird ethereal water planet. We then shift to her being in Fat Joe's office with Fat Joe being her psychiatrist. We then jump to her friends saying that she might be a sex addict, only for her to then jump into a marriage in which she is dancing around in a goddamn maze, okay? I kid you not when I say this. I am so excited to watch this movie. I am so... Because here's why. It's only 66 minutes. Like, I don't know if you can actually consider something a movie that's only 66 minutes.
Right. I mean, with credits, it's probably like, that's probably with credits, right? So it's
that's
only
with
a
credits.
60-minute top.
Yes. When you go on Amazon, because that's where it's streaming, it says total run length 66. So the only time I've ever watched a movie that long was when it was made for TV and it's 66 minutes because they have to fill in the rest of it with commercials. And then you watch it on a streaming service. Like, this is so short. Why did it seem so much longer when I was a child? Right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, so I'm very excited. And when you get a chance, go look at the cast. Because there's a lot of people in this movie, especially so it's got to be like they're in and they're out. They're in and they're out. They're in and they're out. Because there's a lot of people in this movie. And it's only 66 minutes, like I said. So
man, we should do a watch along.
Really?
Yeah, and then we
you
can
see
just get
my eyes
reactions from
for
both of us.
I am?
It's perfect because it's only 60 minutes long.
Okay. No, we'll figure that out. We will do a watch along. We will release that. You know what it could be? It will be our, like, not prequel, obviously, but a precursor to our Pat McAfee watch along. If you guys remember, we are going to be watching the first night of the draft from Pat McAfee's point of view. We're not watching the draft. We're watching Pat McAfee watch the draft. Yeah. Why? Because Judy hates Pat McAfee so much.
I sure do.
And confirmed we will be having Ramon on the show. You know, he said that he's taken the entire day out of his schedule to make sure that he can be on the show. I told him that he said that to me last time. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But no, I'm very excited about that. So we will figure out a time that you and I and probably the EP and Keith can all watch. If Keith doesn't want to watch it, don't make him watch it, please. I know the EP will want to watch it. Don't make this man do that. Keith, I'm sorry. If you want to come and hang out, take an edible or whatever, cool. But like, if you want to go play video games while we watch this terrible movie,
that's okay.
I also understand. Yes. Yeah. Oh. Speaking of, real quick, and then we will get on to Quiet on the Set. Wanted to say, God, and I hate doing this because you know how often I don't like to admit that I was incorrect on something. And you might have stumbled on your words a little bit when you said it, but when I went back and listened, and you're right, we have been talking about someone and Jalen Hurts, and you never said he was sexy. You said he was a good-looking man, which is also how you refer to Keith. So I just want to say that I had that wrong, and that your marriage is actually it's a real man. It's a real fucking man. Let's go. Oh God, I know that.
It's because since we're recording on like a normal day and not nighttime, Keith was able to make an appearance, y'all.
I am so sorry for anyone's eardrums that I just blew out. I was so I saw her talking to him, and I wasn't sure if he was gonna make an appearance, and then he did, and I was like, oh yeah. It's like it's as close to having a hard-on for another male as I've ever had. Like. Not in a homosexual kind of way. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not for me. I'm just saying, like, seeing that man just now, I almost had a wet dream.
Feel like it just made your day. You're welcome.
Yeah. It's like a shot of espresso.
Sorry, so Jalen Hurts is not sexy.
Oh yeah. You said that he wasn't sexy. You said he was a good-looking man. You also said that was not that people. That was completely on accident. I did not know he was coming. But yeah, you said the same thing about Keith. So I just want to throw that out there and be like, all right, I was wrong. You were right. I'm not trying to ruin your marriage. Blah 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 blah. All right. So now that we've talked, no, we don't have to talk about it anymore. It's fine. So now that we've talked about that, Judy, you watched Quiet on the Set, which is the new documentary. It's on Hulu.
Yes, 4-part series. I think
4-part series.
Yeah,
and it's basically about the really dark stuff that went on this episode or on the sets of Nickelodeon television shows for that starred really famous actors of their time like Amanda Bynes, Drake Bell, Josh Peck, what's the Jamie Lynn Spears?
Yeah, right? But it's also even like earlier than that. So like it starts with all that, which I loved all. Okay, so let me just preface saying that I was a hardcore like Nickelodeon 90s kid.
Who wasn't though?
But I mean, there was some who were like the PBS kids who
okay.
But then there's also the Disney kids. But I was like Nickelodeon through and through, right? Love the cartoons, all of the skit shows that they came out with. So watching this, it's kind of like, wow. It's kind of a little eye-opening. I'm like, oh, it's really, I mean, it's just kind of like disheartening just hearing the things that these child actors went through on this show.
So for anyone who hasn't
God.
heard about this, the big story that came out with everything was Drake Bell, who, for all intents and purposes, was like one of the biggest male stars on Nickelodeon at the time.
At the time, yeah.
You know, I mean, he had Drake and Josh, obviously. He did the live action
Amanda
Fairly
Show.
Odd Parents movie. He did the Amanda
that
Show.
one.
Like, he was all over it. And he was the one that has been strong enough to come out and say, I was sexually assaulted while I was on the set. And it's been a whole thing because the person who he accused, and I'm not saying allegedly because guess what? He actually was found guilty in a court of law and did time and is now a registered sexual offender.
Yeah.
But it's insane because this guy, pre and post going to jail, has had all these jobs around children in this area, and to the fact where during his time in court, a lot of people that he worked with that were children at the time wrote letters of what's the good way to put it? You know, they were building him up, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, like
right?
letters of support. Yeah,
letters of support. Thank you. And we're talking about people like, I want to say James Marsden was one of them. Will Friedle and
From
Daniel
Boy Meets
Fisher.
World.
and I'm going to say all their names. Like, Ryder Strong, thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, the cast, like people from Boy Meets World, like you said, and just all these people. And to me, it's just like, oh God, this is so just, I don't know these people personally, so I can't, it's hard for me to be like, that's not cool, that is cool, like, you know, because that's the shitty thing about people in general is that we are complex, and someone who can be evil to the core can also present himself as being 100% normal. Look at most fucking serial killers, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's always something in there that you're like, oh, he seemed like such a nice guy. And then
that's usually the thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then he just had like weird, like, you know, he get angry sometimes. And there was one time I saw him with like a necklace of toes. But other than that, he was like a normal guy.
I think it's normal, yeah. Just everyday Joe.
Oh. And the other thing too is, you know, I'm a child of YouTube, let's say. And Dan Schneider, who was the producer for a lot of these shows.
Yeah.
He had to come out and talk about some stuff. But like, the reason I say child of the internet is because on the internet, there are all these, you know, let's say video essays talking about how he was into feet and all of these like over sexualization of children and stuff. Yeah. And I've always just taken that up to, look, I love SpongeBob, right? And I think a lot of people love SpongeBob. And the reason that so many people love SpongeBob is because it's a kid's show that every now and then sprinkled in adult jokes. SpongeBob did it smartly to where it was like, well, A, it's a cartoon, but B, like, one time he's just watching TV and there's a sponge on the TV and then Gary walks in. He's like, ah! Right? So essentially SpongeBob was watching porn, but a kid would never be able to pick that up. And I felt like it was the same thing in these shows in which like most of it was for kids, but we were going to try and sprinkle in some adult humor here and there. And that's really hard, especially when you're trying to talk about it in context of where we were as a society at that time. It's real hard to go back and judge people and intentions and all that kind of stuff. So I've never really been part of the Dan Schneider, let's jump on him and say how weird and evil he is type of crowd guy. But in seeing all this, and he's come out and he's apologized, and some people have said his apology was good. Other people have said it was not a real apology. That's not for me to decide on. But yeah, it's oh God, it sucks, man. It sucks it sucks that fucking like every aspect, like Drake Bell, every aspect of his childhood was stolen from him. Okay? He didn't
Yeah.
get to be a kid when he was a kid because he was working. And then he didn't get to be a kid after he stopped doing the kid work stuff because he had already been mentally traumatized from his sexual abuse that happened to him. And now, maybe when he's 50, he'll be in a mental place where he can now be a kid. But guess what? You're 50. So you can't actually not everyone can pull this off. Okay? Looking at myself when I say that. And I'm only 38. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, I'm trying to be an almost 40-year-old YouTuber. That is an interesting career choice, Ryan. Good for you.
You know, you gotta start somewhere. It's okay.
Exactly.
Better late than never.
Oh, man. All right. Judy, we were running low on time.
Yeah.
That's mostly because of me, so I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
But you brought up the GATE program thing. And,
Yes.
and I want to talk about this so much because the way you described it to me, I'm not going to lie, infuriated me.
Okay.
So please explain to the people why you want to talk about GATE.
Yes,
And what GATE is, please.
Okay. So I came upon a video on TikTok about this lady talking about how, she was in the GATE program when she was in elementary school, which is the gifted and talented education program that's separate from like your everyday curriculum in elementary, middle school. But she talked about how she came to a realization that she technically, we thought that being in the GATE program made you were like super special and that you were really smart. And then she said that she just grew up, realizing that maybe she wasn't as smart and special as the school made them seem. It was really just she had like a neurodivergent issue growing up type thing, but they never really wanted to diagnose that, I guess you should say. But like neurodivergency is kind of like ADHD, ADD, OCD type things, right? And so I'm like, oh. And I was watching this when I was next to Keith. I was like, oh my God, Keith, I was in GATE when I was in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. And then I'm like, oh, well, I do have some like OCD moments. Like that's just the way I am. I'm like, was I not special? And they really just put me in here because I just thought differently.
See, this is hey buddy. This is Wild Asher appears.
I know.
This is why I was annoyed and infuriated, though. Because this is the kind of stuff that also pisses me off when I see bad writing in a movie. Okay, there was the not the most recent Predator movie, but like one of the ones that I want to say it came out around like 2022, 2021, something like that, where
There's another one that came out at this.
there was a Predator movie that came out. I want to say, like I said, around 20, maybe it was like 2019 even. And then there was one that came out a couple of years ago that was set in like the Native American time.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the previous one, the hero of the movie was a 12-year-old boy with autism.
Okay.
Because the way that they tried to set it up is that autism is just it's the next step in human evolution. And really, because he has autism, this little boy is really the smartest person on earth. No, that's not how autism works. Doesn't mean that people cannot be the smartest person on earth if they have it. But just because you have it does not mean you are predisposed to being a fucking Einstein. Same with this. And I'm not going to say that there isn't like aspects of having neurodivergent things in your personality that would check things off on a list that are like, oh, okay, they process things differently. But if you can't do 2 + 2, then you're not getting into GATE, okay? Like, that's just, let's be honest.
That's true, yes.
Like, that's
right.
what I'm saying. You can't be a fucking moron and get into GATE just because you're running around on too much sugar. I'm in GATE program because my ADHD. No, This is what I hate so much is that people are so willing to take away anything that might make them a little special because it didn't work out for them the way they wanted it to. Okay. And I'm not saying, Judy, you're a fucking failure. Okay. I want to make that clear real quick. But what I am saying
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good. I'm glad you appreciate it. But what I am saying is that you said you were in the GATE program. Did you become a NASA scientist? No. Did you go on geology? Did you go on geology exhibitions and find dinosaur bones? Are you a CEO of a Fortune 500 company?
Nope.
No, you live what I would say is a great life. You have a husband that you love. You have a house that you own. You're building your future, right? Mm-hmm. And guess what? That is what most people are trying to get. But because you were in GATE and GATE didn't lead you to some fucking nirvana, now you got to come up with well, I mean, maybe I just had OCD and they felt bad for me. So they just, no, give yourself the credit that guess what? I was in fucking advanced math all the way until I got to high school. And then I hit geometry honors and I could not do it. It was so mind-bendingly hard for me. Does that mean that I shouldn't have been in advanced math all the way up until that point? Everything else, he has ADHD, so let's just keep him in advanced math just because. No, it just means that sometimes shit goes sideways. Mm-hmm. So, and that's what I'm saying. This lady, and like I said, I'm sure aspects of that do go into account because science is something that is constantly changing, constantly evolving, and all these things. So someone who had autism or OCD, ADHD, maybe the way that they would process stuff would put them into an easier category to put, it's a real again. I'm trying to make a point. Don't look so goddamn sexy in my face, man.
I know. Look at him. He's all freshly shaved, and
he's giving me Javier Bardem vibes right now. Okay, golly. I'm not trying to say that the way that we input information as people is not going to, especially with an older style test, look different. But what I am saying is that if you're a fucking moron, or if you're just an average intelligence person, it's not going to get you into the gifted pro. Because here's the other thing with that, okay? It's not like they just have unlimited seats for the gifted program. There's a limited amount of people that are allowed to be in it in the school. Because otherwise, everyone would be a part of it. If it was just you could sign up and then you get to be in it, everyone would be a part of it. But no, you have to get selected. So let's stop trying to come up with reasons that, this is why it didn't work out because they misdiagnosed. No, maybe you fucked up along the way. Or maybe it just, maybe things, maybe you were misdiagnosed, but you're still really smart, right? Oh God! Yeah. See, as soon as you said it, as soon as you told me what this lady said, I was like, I'm gonna be fired up. I
love it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know. Does GATE still exist? It's really
because we wanted to get Asher into it, and then he tested fucking average as fuck in everything. Don't get me wrong, he's smart because he gets A's and B's in everything. And really the only time he gets B's is because, and I watch him, it's because he's rushing through it. And he's like, oh, I know what this is, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, you missed that one right there. He's like, oh, I did miss that. Okay, I got it now. I was like, no, you don't got it because you fucking missed the thing, okay? I said 8 years old. He's Boss Baby? He is fucking Boss Baby, just walking around like, I know everything. You don't know shit and I know everything. But then we got see, she's laughing over there because she knows. But then we got the GATE, he took the test and everything was like 75th, 80th percentile. I was like, all right, he's smart, but he's not cognitive, I guess. I don't know. I love my son, okay? I'm the one who could say, no one else, don't you talk about him. Anyway, we got 2 minutes left. I have been wanting to do a new segment on the show. Yes. The Insurance Minute. So we are going to get that started real quick, in which I talk about a topic on insurance. If you have any questions on the topic, please let me know. Hit us up on Twix, on Twitter. Well, Twix is Twitter. On TikTok, anywhere at TABPOD. YouTube, everywhere.
Like a good neighbor.
I'm your overly competitive brother.
I can help new homeowners not become their parents.
My dad served. Passed membership down to me. I'll pass it to her.
A gecko, he can be trusted.
My car!
All right, it is time for the Insurance Minute, brought to you by a conversation with Judy and Ryan, because we don't have sponsors on that thing. All right, so a lot of people ask me a lot of the times, Ryan, how much should I insure my home for? Because when I sell it, it's worth X amount of dollars, and yet the insurance is always telling me it's less than that. Well, let me tell you why. It's because insurance, home insurance, is insuring your home. It's not insuring the land around your home. It's going from the slab up. Okay, so it's your dwelling. So guess what? When you sell it, you're also going to be selling the land. So let's add another 25% to whatever the cost of your home is to the overall sale price. And that's how you get that amount. Now, you might be wanting to say, well, what if I insure it for more money? Guess what? Doesn't matter. If your house only costs $500,000 to build and you have $1 million of insurance on it, you're only going to get the $500,000. They really wanted me to stop talking.
What's that? Stop talking. I know why.
Yeah, it's because it's a coked up minute. It's an insurance minute. It's not supposed to be where I keep going for 45 minutes.
That scared me. I didn't know you had that part at the ending there. Like, oh my God.
But seriously, I will be brief on this. Seriously, when it comes to your home, all you need to do is just make sure, just have it insured for what the cost of it is. You'll get a thing called an estimate replacement cost, or a replacement cost estimator, and it will go through every aspect of your home, the framing, the type of roofing, the stuff that's in your kitchen, the flooring, everything, and that will help determine the cost of your home. And if you want to insure it for more than that, cool, you can, but it's not going to help you in the long run. And if you're one of those people who are like, well, I've heard all these stories about how something happened and this person became a millionaire because of insurance, that's from liability, okay? We'll talk about liability on another day, but no one has ever gotten rich because their house got fucked up. All right, that'll do it for the first segment of A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. When we come back, Judy has people that give her the ick, and she's also figured out something that might make me get reading. Like, I don't read books. I might start reading books again, and we'll find out why. Woo! Woo! Woo. Welcome back to A Conversation with Judy and Ryan here on YouTube at TABPOD, TikTok, Twix. It don't stop. Just hit us up wherever you like to social media. We'll social media there with you. If you've made it this far into the video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you are on an audio platform, remember, 5 stars. Don't make me say it. Why do you fucking hate me? Why do you hate me? All right. We've done a bad job of this the last couple of shows, so this next part is going to be an amalgamation of the last month. But guess what? During the last month, the last time we talked about this, there was not a week that we could have gone in which there was not a shooting, a mass shooting. So for anyone curious, well, if you're not, you're here, so you're here for the ride. There have been 93 people injured. 26 people have died. That's out of 22 shootings.
Wow.
And this is the one that always pisses me off the most. Of those 22, only 10 suspects have been arrested. And here's what's really sad about that. Really, that's not even 10 separate ones, because one of the incidents had 4 people arrested.
Oh, wow.
So really, that's like 6 altogether that have been arrested for the. But either way, like, you know, we're gonna keep talking about it. This is something that is even though we haven't talked about the last 2 weeks, I care about this topic. I would like to just make the world a little safer. Not saying that people need to not have guns. I just feel like there should be a little more regulation on who is allowed to use them. Because it's sad, and it makes the world get really, really scared.
Yeah.
All right, Judy, who gives you the ick?
Yes. Okay, so I was driving on my way home the other day, and there's this lady crossing a major street, and just in the middle of, like the middle of the island type thing. About, I would say 10 feet away is the crosswalk. I go, lady, why couldn't you just use the crosswalk? You're literally about 10 feet away from it, but no, she just decides to wait out the traffic and then just kind of zoom through across the street, right? And I've seen this happen multiple times. And I'm just like, why is it so difficult for someone to just walk, a few feet away to like get to safely across the street? But it just gives me the ick. And I'm just like, oh, you're literally so far away from like just this crosswalk or something. Like, why can't you just use that? Honestly.
I mean, she probably was hoping to get hit. Like, she's probably like,
I would hope not.
I hope I get hit. I hope I get hit. And then if I live, I'm going to get money.
But would you still, even though you didn't cross the crosswalk?
Yeah.
You're just jaywalking?
Yeah, because what's the one thing we learned when we got our driver's licenses? Who always has the right of way?
Oh, I guess.
Like, regardless of the situation, the pedestrian always has the right of way. Doesn't mean that they are legally there or legally able to be there, right? Like, if a dude just runs out into the freeway, like, yeah, they're not supposed to be there. But at the same time, that doesn't give you the legal right to be like, oh,
to like hit them.
1 point left. Ah!
Now, I'm not saying that y'all shouldn't hit these people. Damn, don't do that. But like,
But if you can make it look like an accident.
Honestly, though, like, I don't understand. You're literally 10 feet away. What is the problem of you walking those 10 feet to like cross lawfully, I guess?
People like taking shortcuts, man. They want things done the way they want them done, and that's what sucks. I
don't know. It's not even like a small. It's like a major stretch of road.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, for me too, because I see this all the time, where people are like, I could walk down to the light, but instead I'm just gonna try and make this right.
Yeah.
But my favorite one though is people who are on the not. It's not a major road, right? Like, it's a back road or whatever. And people swear, like, since it's a back road, that they fully have the right of way. Because I've seen people just, like, walking, not looking to see if another car is coming, just walking through the street. And then they'll see it and they'll stop. And then they'll walk. Like, excuse me, sir. You saw me here. You saw me here. And you decided to drive your car on this carway while I was walking.
How dare you?
Oh, God.
Yeah, that was just, I'm like, oh, I just don't understand. It's just so upsetting. Anyways, and the thing is, right,
You get upset a lot in cars, I've realized. I don't think driving is really something that you should be doing all that often.
It's not. It shouldn't be, honestly, at this point. I'm like, oh my God, it's just so, gives me so much ick. Anyways.
I can't wait to clip that.
Oh man, yeah, thank you. But that was just the one type of people or people that give me the ick, and I see it happen all the time. Half of them almost get hit until like the car just stops last second because they're like, oh,
I didn't see this human there.
Yeah.
See, you know what? This is the kind of stuff that I need to like clip and show Asher, because he's always like, we're always like, dude, you have to be careful. We're in a parking lot, because he's little enough that like an SUV literally won't see him if it's going too fast, right? And so I'm just gonna show him a clip of all these people just walking. Honestly, it's probably gonna backfire He'll be like, yeah, see, Dad, they do it, and they're fine. They're totally fine. Like,
Yeah, they're fine, right?
yeah.
They're still walking, they're still alive.
And then I gotta go like full blood on the asphalt and be like, no. Fast forward to the end. God. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Ooh. You have something that I'm very excited about because I want to say that I enjoy reading.
Okay.
But I don't do it. And the reason I don't do it is because I don't enjoy it. But I want to say that I enjoy it because there have been times that I've read a book and I enjoyed reading it. But usually, like, okay, here's an example. I play a lot of video games, right?
Yeah.
And the hard part for me in video games is the tutorial aspect of it. And every video game has the tutorial in which it basically forces you to sit down and learn the mechanics of the game. And I understand why that is important, but at the same time, I don't give a shit. I just want to play the game. Like if I need to go and learn something, then I'll probably just throw the game away. I don't care anymore. But because there's a game I just started playing, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and this is it's called a JRPG for Japanese RPG, which just Japanese role-playing game, which just basically means that it is a very large and expansive role-playing game because that's what that region is famous for. So the tutorial of it was, I swear, 2.5, 3 hours long. All together. Like, it's not all just one thing of like you're reading text for 3 hours. It's like you do one thing and it teaches you how to do it. And then you go to another thing and teach you. And literally, I've been playing this game on and off for a week. And just finally last night, I was able to just play the game. And I was really getting to the point where I was like, I don't know if I fucking like this game anymore. I played the shit out of the first game, and I was getting, I don't know if I like this game anymore. I'm so fucking bored. And then I finally got through the tutorial, and I was like, oh, okay. I just have
that was it.
You just have to like commit yourself for once, Ryan. You can't just quit everything. Who knew? And that's the issue I have with books normally, is that like they don't suck me in within the first, let's say, chapter.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, the next time it's time to go read, I'm like, well, I could read and be bored as fuck.
Bored again. Yeah.
Or I could go and play this video game that I'm going to throw away because I hate the fucking tutorial. So I end up getting on YouTube and getting high.
Neither of the options. So
Right.
do this.
However, you discovered a series of books that I'm interested in understanding, let's say.
Yes. Okay.
What kind of books are these, Judy?
So let me just say that I tweeted something about how I wanted Audible recommendations for like books, because I've been doing a lot of reading or listening to books in the car on my commute. And Ryan had this idea of like, oh, porn books. That would be his recommendation if he could just, bring something up. I'm like, okay, let's see what we can find under porn books. But
I'm sorry. I'm real quick. I'm just so, because I completely forgot about this. That's why I'm so, in this moment, I'm so befuddled. Because I'm like, I gave her the idea that gave me the idea to read more. How did this happen?
Yeah.
All right, like I said, now that you said it, I remember typing it.
Yeah.
But until you said that, in this moment, I was like, I have no recollection of that at all. So, all right, I'm sorry. Continue. What did you find when you used my amazing suggestion?
So they're in the literacy terms, it's a smut. Okay, it's not actual porn books.
So that's where the term comes from. Okay. See, look, you guys are learning stuff today on a conversation.
And yes, I I read all of like the 50 Shades books.
Lame.
Yeah. I know.
And
So I read
not your lame. Those books, like,
Yeah.
for anyone who read those books and thought that like what was happening in them was like some like real kinky stuff, like you don't know kinky. Okay, that's like a Thursday afternoon for me. Okay, that's in the boutique. It's a Thursday afternoon. Okay.
Oh man. But anyway, so I go on TikTok to like look up smut recommendations from all these ladies who read all these books, right? And so I come across one, not knowing like not knowing the graphic details that were going to come on this book, right? So right now I'm reading. It's called Pucking Around. It's about.
I wonder what this is about.
Yeah, it's about this. It's about this new sports doctor who is the new sports doctor of a expansion NHL team. I was like, oh, very interesting. Like, so every hockey player in this book, I just imagine them as like one of the Golden Knights players. So it's
Right.
amazing.
Okay.
Right. But anyways, so just the epilogue, like it's not even the actual start of the book. I'm just listening. And all I hear, it's like, I'm driving. All I hear are like C words and P words just coming out of my stereo. I was like, oh my God. Like,
Wait, by P word, are we saying penis?
No, not penis.
Oh, for a lady. The lady
For a
P
lady.
word.
Lady P
okay.
word.
I was like, why aren't we saying penis? That's like the most.
No.
That's the most clinical way to say it. Okay.
No. Lady P words and gentleman C words.
Oh, I was thinking lady C word. Okay. Okay.
Oh, the lady C words are also in this.
Yeah, that's why I thought. I was just like, okay, we're just talking about a lot of lady parts right now. But okay.
And let me tell you, I had to like stop listening because I was like, I felt like I was like blushing. I was like, oh my God, like this is dirty.
Right. So now all I'm thinking about is you having to like take your boss to lunch or something and he gets in your car and like starts playing and it's just like C word, P word, P word, C. And he's like, Judy, Judy.
Man. Yeah.
It's interesting to know about that because I didn't know. I mean, obviously you can find literature of any type on the internet, right? But as far as like an actual published book or a published audiobook, something like that, I didn't know that there had been a category that was so graphic. It makes sense. I mean, we live in this society in which porn is like the number one commodity, but I always thought that like the farthest it would go was, and I believe the movie that I'm thinking of was Easy A. There is a movie that I'm thinking of. It might, or maybe it's Mean Girls. Either way, there's a movie in which you go into the principal's office or someone, and she's typing a love book, right? And she's trying to think of something that she can use as a euphemism for a male C word. So you got me doing it now. I can't just say cock anymore. I got a male C word. And like I think she wants to say like engorged member or something like that.
I think that was an easy A.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's because to me, like, especially as someone who grew up in the 90s, Danielle Steele was everywhere. And that's basically what her books were. Right. It was a love story that also gave you just enough porn that you were like, I want to keep going.
But she probably did it like classy, right?
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like she was the engorged member type, right?
Yes.
Like, oh.
But now you get to like the millennial.
The millennial one, which they're just like, I could see his veiny cock right in his pants. He had no underwear on. There wasn't
exactly how it goes.
There wasn't a bit of flaccidity in this man. My lady P word was drenched, dripping down my leg. There was a puddle.
That's exactly how these books are now.
We should make one of
wild.
these.
It is wild.
We should make one of these.
Oh, you want to? Okay.
Yeah,
We could
like
do a whole. Yeah.
like what we would do is you would come up with like the plot, and then I would fill in the porn.
Perfect.
Right.
Okay.
So you're like, they're at a bank, and then I'm like, and then they fuck in the safe. Boom. Book. Let's go.
Okay.
See? We got a whole, there's a whole series of books. There's a money-making foundation right here. Right, I'm gonna go into a bank and I'm gonna be like, look, we're gonna make all the money by writing books about people fucking in here. Right in here.
Right in here.
right in here, yeah. That's exactly how they're gonna react.
Oh,
It's
man.
like, right in here, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I had to stop reading like these books on my way home. He wants to say hi.
Oh, Keith.
Say hi.
I'm running out of voice though. I can't keep.
You didn't say hi. You just
He said it.
Hello.
Hi. He's in a good mood today.
He is.
You know what I could also tell? I could tell that because this is how I get at times when my normal routine is messed up. I could tell that he like misses you and wants to be around you, and normally is around you at this time of the day, because that's also why he keeps popping in, right? Because goddamn, if I had some alone time, I would not be popping into my wife's podcast every 5 minutes if I didn't like her. So, you know, good for you guys for having a strong relationship.
Thank you. You know, aside from talking about smut.
No, you guys could talk about smut together. I don't know what you do. Okay, maybe like you're taking notes and you guys reenact it. Right? You get home and you're like. You like just pull out your veiny member right now. I am going to fellatiate it like I am upset.
Look, I had to stop listening to this book on my way to work because I'm like, I can't be feeling like this, all hot and bothered, like getting into work. So now I just strictly listen to it on my way home.
Dude, so I like to go on Reddit, right? And I've had to create a new Reddit account. Because the Reddit account that I have, that I've joined, because with Reddit, for anyone who doesn't know, you basically join different groups of all these different interests that you have, right? Okay. So I've been on this app for 12 years plus at this point. So I've amassed a lot of different things. And if you know anything about me, one of my interests is porn, right? Okay. So there's a lot of stuff coming through that feed. So I have had to go for while I'm at work. I've had to create a new account that does not have any of that stuff in the feed. Because there would be sometimes when like the curiosity, like, you know, you're not supposed to look at it at work. And so you're just like, I'm gonna go real quick in and out, right? And you look and then you're like, damn. And then you stop looking, but then now your mind's just fixed on what you saw. And the whole day is ruined. So I've had
That's happened to me on Twigs. And I don't know why y'all some nasty asses out here at 8 a.m. posting what you be posting. Okay.
You know why. Twix is basically an unverified OnlyFans ad. Okay. It's all that it is. It's just become an overall advertisement for OnlyFans. Okay, you go into an Elon Musk thread and you'll find like 4 or 5 OnlyFans posts in there. It's everywhere. Right. Okay.
Yes.
And also they post at 8 a.m. because they know that horny motherfuckers like me is gonna be like, damn, I can see that right now. Okay. Oh, here's my card. There you go. Shit. The early worm gets the bird, Judy. Or early bird gets the worm. Either way,
the early worm gets the bird.
The early worm is paying the bird, okay? You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
what's the name of this book that you're reading?
Pucking Around.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
It's 24 hours long, like the whole book. It's a huge book. I saw it in stores, but it's 24 hours long.
Oh, it's 20. Okay, a 24-hour read. Okay.
Yeah. Listen.
Sorry, in my head, when you said it was 24 hours long, I thought like each chapter was 1 hour. And I'm like,
it's what they did every hour.
Well, I was like, that's an interesting concept for a book because it's like the TV show 24, where every show was in real time. I was like, that's an interesting. So you get them fucking in real time, huh?
That will be our book. That's our book.
It's a full minute of me explaining. And they were thrusting and sweating and thrusting and sweating and huffing and so grunting good. And sweating. But just that was 10 seconds. Can you imagine an entire, like, I don't know, how long do people normally last? Because I have asthma, so I'm like 3.5 minutes tops. But like what?
I don't know. I think it's an average like 20 minutes or something.
I don't know. Like that's also another. I'd be getting bored.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing to say. Okay. I'm gonna get in trouble for that.
Yeah. Okay, moving on.
I don't think I can move on. Hold on. I have to sit in what I just said for a minute. Really analyze that. Why the fuck would I say something like that?
It just came out so naturally too.
It did too. Because it's not true. It's really not true. No, I know what it is. I know it. Okay, thanks. See, this is why we stop and we analyze, okay? It's the ADD. It's not that I don't be getting bored. Is that I'm used to having multiple options, right? So my brain naturally thinks, okay, time to do the next thing. Because even if you look at my selections, you'll see. Okay, I'll put it this way. When I'm getting ready for my personal time, and we're just going to call it that. Don't worry, Judy, okay? I see the look in your eye. We're not going to get too graphic with it, okay? I'm not going to be talking about my veiny member. But when I be getting ready for my personal time, I won't just go and find like a video. I'll go and find like 4 or 5 videos.
You just switch back and forth? Like,
no, it's not that. It's that I get concerned that if the first one doesn't grab me, that I need to have a backup. and then I keep getting that same concern. So I'm like, I need to have a backup for the backup and a backup for that backup.
Don't you just watch like a little bit of the video and then decide if you want to keep going or not? No?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, is that I don't want to get my engine revved up, right? And then have to completely stop and go find another video.
I see. Okay.
Right? So that's what I'm saying. So I'm like a CIA operative and I got backup plans for backup plans when it comes to this. Right?
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. In my head at some point, and this is the same thing like I said with the tutorial, and honestly, just in general, something mentally that I need to work on, just focusing on being able to get through the shit that my brain is saying, okay, we've focused on this for long enough, time to move on to the next thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to start by just watching the entire porn video. So yes, me saying that I get bored is not a fair statement. Me saying that my brain is telling me that we've been doing the same thing for too long is. But that's, therapy with Ryan.
He just works on it through his, he has to work through it.
Hey, at least I didn't take an entire segment, okay? Man. So, you know why I didn't take a whole segment? It's because when the EP listens to this later, if not after the show today, I'm going to have a whole therapy session regarding that, okay? So why did you say that then? Because I was trying to make a joke and I fucked up terribly and it made me realize, okay, the psychosomatic of my brain for a moment. Well, now you have to fuck me for 4 hours. Okay. Oh no. What am I gonna do? Ha ha.
Oh no. Such a punishment.
Yeah. Honestly, though, like 4 hours, I might die.
I mean, with breaks, like water breaks, maybe, and some snacks.
Only water? I was gonna say only water. I'm gonna need at least a banana. Gotta keep that potassium going. Shit.
Can't get crampy.
Oh god. Oh. All right. Hold on one sec. Entertain the people.
Okay, so now I'm wondering if there is a smut for men. Like, I don't think like Ryan would ever be interested in pucking around, but I just wonder. Now I'm gonna look it up and I'll report back to y'all next week. Oh, he's back.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Okay, I'll find out.
I just said, oh, he's back.
No, before that, I heard you saying something.
Oh, I had some thoughts
Oh, okay.
that I'll report back again next week.
All right. I have some more ways that I want to be famous, okay?
Okay.
All right, and I had them written down and then I crumpled up the piece of paper, so I got to figure them out again. All right, I want to be, you know how they have like lists of the youngest, the top 30 under 30 list or whatever?
Yeah.
So I want to be on a list like that, but it's like, I cannot be the number one person on the list. Like, I got to be like 4 or 5. Because no matter what, if you're number one on a list, then that's too much fame for me already. Okay, so I got to be 4 or 5. And then the list is like, it's like over the hill, like middle-aged over the hill content creators.
Okay.
So it's basically like I was saying earlier, I want to be like a 42-year-old man trying to still break into this content creation game. And that's the list that I want to be on, where it's just like, yeah, he's out there trying.
Doing his best.
Yeah. Been doing this YouTube thing for 15 years. He has 212 subscribers, but he's there.
He's there.
We appreciate him. He showed up to a cocktail party one time and made us laugh, so we put him on this list. All right, so you know how there are actors that are known as that guy in that thing actors?
Yes.
Okay, so actors that you know from shows, but you don't know their name off the top of your head. So I don't want to be an actor that you know as being an actor, okay? I want to be fat guy in that thing, in which you only recognize me because I don't speak, but I'm like the token fat person in the scene. And that's all I ever do. I just come in and I stand there. Maybe I have like a sandwich or some kind of food product in my hand. And I'm, I don't eat it because you're on a set for how many hours? Like, you only got the one sandwich. You can't eat the sandwich. But like, people know why the sandwich is there. It's for fat guy in the thing. So, and then every time, hey, it's fat guy. Hey, you're like,
so you're just an extra.
Yeah, I'm not just an extra though. I mean, I would be classified as one because I wouldn't have any
like lines,
right? So I don't get to be in
there.
I don't get to be in SAG because in SAG you literally have to have like 7 lines of dialogue a year or something like that. So I never get to be in SAG, but I'm in anytime you need a fat guy to be in the scene, just being there. Yeah. This guy is who you call, right?
Okay.
And then this one is the coup de grace.
Okay.
This is the one I think it's my true magnum opus of being famous. I've been watching a lot of F1 lately. And if you don't know who that is, Max Verstappen is the F1 world champion. He is the driver for the Red Bull F1 team, and he is my favorite driver. Why? Because I'm a bandwagoner, and that dude is the 3-time world champion. So, but part of his rise to excellence is the fact that his father was an F1 driver. Not a champion, but a driver. Same thing with Kobe, how his dad played in the league, and then Kobe Bryant became one of the greatest players of all time. Similar with Peyton Manning, where Archie Manning played in the league, right?
Right, yeah.
So I want to be famous for having a famous son, right?
Okay.
And I want Asher in this scenario to be basically the Mr. Beast of YouTube, where he is the #1 content creator on the planet, right?
Okay, yeah.
And then everyone's like, yeah, he got into it because of his dad. Oh, was his dad like this really famous YouTuber? No, but he had a channel.
He tried on that channel.
Yeah, he tried. He made the middle-aged trying list of 2024. He was number 5 on that list. And now, but because of that, it showed his son what a failure really is and how to try. So now we have, we got Mr. Asher. I don't know. That's a terrible. This is why I'm on the middling list of people who are trying to break into YouTube, because I can't think of a channel name for my son, who is supposed to be the greatest thing in the world.
I don't have friends. I got family.
That's right. I got family. That's I don't know why I hit that button. That was a mistake. I thought I was hitting. That's how I'm going to be famous right there. Man, all right. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay. It's all right. It's all right.
I don't think I'm going to be doing famous for a while. I know you've told me to really make sure they're bangers. This one made me sad though.
I mean, that last one, it was a little okay.
Yeah.
Middle-aged, over the hill, top 5 content creator.
Fat guy in that thing. Golly.
Yeah.
You don't get to speak, fatty. You just get to sit there looking at a sandwich. Just hold your sandwich. Or we're at a restaurant, just hold your rib. All right. Before we go, I was scrolling through movies the other day, and a movie popped up, and I really wish that this type of movie would make a comeback.
Okay.
And I'm going to call it the Power of Dance type of movie. Okay? The movie that I saw was Footloose.
Ooh,
and most people know Footloose, but in case you don't, basically, dancing is banned in this small town. And then Kevin Bacon comes in with his swinging hips and makes it so that dancing is okay again. And I mean, really, it was banned. In the movie, the kids drive to another county so that they can go and
have
dance.
Their dance. Yeah.
Well, no, just so they could go to that bar to dance.
Oh.
And then they have the dance in their hometown because they're like, damn the man, right? Yeah. But Power of Dance movies like that, the Dirty Dancing, I would say, and and we have movies that revolve around dance competitions.
Okay, yes.
But they're never stuff. It's always well, you have to be the best dancer. It's never just about dance brought us together type shit, I guess, right? And that's what I want, movies like that to make a comeback. I don't know if you could actually, and I know that they redid Footloose, however many years back or whatever with Julianne Hough. I don't want a revamping, recreation. No. I want its own movie. Like
Step Up? Is that the kind of?
No, I wouldn't say Step Up. And I would only say that maybe the first one. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember the first one. But everyone after that was specifically about a competition that they were trying to do. So, and that's what I'm saying. I don't want it to be about a competition. I want it to be about some fucking old crotchety guy who's like, these kids are ruining our lives. And then someone like Neo comes and he's like, I'm gonna dance. Right? And then next thing you know, the old crotchety guy's like, dance is okay, I guess. It didn't really cause my cancer.
Okay.
That's always what it comes down to. It's like, because in Footloose, what? Dancing is what caused kids to drive drunk on the bridge and kill themselves. It was dancing that did it, right?
Yeah.
So obviously dancing also caused my antagonist cancer. How could it not? He was at that sock hop, and then he did a left when he should have done a right. Boom, cancer. That's how it works.
Okay.
So I would really, really love if those movies would make a comeback. Another type of movie that I would love to make a comeback, fighting tournament movies that aren't based on video games. So for a while, you would get like, especially like early mid 90s, these were prevalent a lot. Like the Best of the Best movies, the first two, if you've seen those with Eric Roberts and the star of the movie, who's the Asian guy, I can't remember. But movies in which like the whole point of it is a fighting tournament.
Right.
And then, at the end, you got a winner. But the issue with that is that every version of that that's come out that I've seen in the last 10 to 15 years has been based off of a video game.
Yeah.
Because the fighting game video games have that built in. No, right. I just want, why are we doing this? To get money. Okay, cool, let's go. It doesn't have to be, the fate of the realms. Like, nah, like, why are we in this tournament? Because Jim was in the last tournament and he got his neck snapped, so we're going for revenge. Okay, right. Cool, I'm along for the ride.
Right, like a Karate Kid. Like.
No.
Oh. Okay.
Because I'm
sorry.
I mean,
I guess, yeah.
No, I do appreciate you helping. And I don't mean to say no, like, no, you dumb bitch. So I apologize for that. Okay. But what I'm saying, no to Karate Kid, because that movie, because a tournament movie is like the first act, let's say, is think of Mortal Kombat, actually, the first one, right? The first act gets you to the tournament, and the second two acts are the tournament itself, right? In Karate Kid, the first two acts are getting you ready for the tournament, and maybe like the third, most likely the second half of the third act is the tournament where they kind of speed through everything. And that's what I'm saying. I just want nothing but beefed up guys fighting each other during it. I want an Avengers movie, but just set on 1v1. Okay? Okay. And at the end of it, you get to fight the boss man that can shoot fireballs out of his eyes.
Okay. Fair enough.
I need power of dance and I need tournament fighters. Let's go. Hollywood. They're building Hollywood 2.0 in Las Vegas. I don't know if you saw. They're Mark Wahlberg and Sony Paramount, I want to say. I could be getting that wrong. I know Mark Wahlberg for sure, but they are securing land and funding to do it right in Summerlin, which is a suburb of Las Vegas, for like a 10,000 square foot movie production studio.
Wow.
So, Marky Mark, if you're somehow seeing this while you're reading through the list of middle-aged wannabe YouTubers and the fifth on the list, okay?
Yeah.
Fighting tournament movies and power of dance movies. I'm telling you, these will make you so much money, okay? I will go back to the movie theater. I will. I went back for Dune 2, but I'll go back again.
Oh, when you brought up like types of movies like this, I'm like, is there any like type of movie that I would want to see? I don't think I would want to see this make a comeback, but at some point, I want to say in the early 2010s, where it seemed like every other blockbuster movie was a disaster film.
Well, how funny that you say that. because Twisters is coming out in like a month.
Yeah, right.
So, that was because before the show started, I was like, think of a type of movie that you would like, and then I realized, well, most of them have one or two that come out every couple of years, right?
Yeah.
Because like you said, hasn't been a disaster movie in a minute. Here comes Glenn Howerton with Twisters. I got me a cowboy hat.
Yeah, but I just remember, I remember 2012 was and then maybe a few months after that, the day after tomorrow.
I don't remember the name of it. I think it is the day after
Jake Gyllenhaal is in it.
Yeah, where Jake Gyllenhaal and
Emma
Douglas Quaid.
Dennis Quaid.
I was thinking of his brother Randy. So Dennis Quaid, the world's frozen. Yeah, and then you're right. Before that, it was like Dante's Inferno.
Yeah,
or not Dante's, but Dante's Peak and Volcano.
Yeah, and then the one with Nick Cage.
There have been so many things with Nick Cage.
No, the one where he has his kid, and then there's another kid, and then they got to save the world. They were sent with aliens to go start a new world. Do you remember this one?
I honestly, no. So while you're describing it, something is lighting up in the back of my brain, but it's just that. It's I'm a full comatose patient, and it's just giving me a feeling of something. No actual memories are lighting up right now.
I just watched this movie recently, so that's what's kind of, I'm like,
oh. But that's the thing, is that Nicolas Cage has so many movies, right? Here's a movie I bet you didn't realize that he had done. He starred in a movie with Jessica Biel, Justin Timberlake's wife, in which he could see 2 minutes into the future, and he used that to become a middling gambler, professional gambler. He would just go and win just enough to be able to pay his bills, and then he would go back to his house or whatever. And using that power, he stopped a nuclear bomb.
Oh my God! Of course he did.
Nicolas Cage, man, honestly, that's going to be one of those people when he passes away. We're not going to realize how lucky we were. If you actually go through his entire career, he is basically the internet. Just go through his career and look. He started as kind of a joke, then it got real serious, and now it's just full memes.
It's all memes now.
All right, that will do it for this week's conversation with Judy and Ryan. Thank you guys very much for making it through the episode. We appreciate you guys. I know I say this every week, but every week I really do mean it. You're the reason we do it. You're the reason that we, want to get on the list of middling YouTubers. And, well, not me. Judy's going to be on the list of successful YouTubers because she was in GATE. And I wasn't in GATE, so I get to just blame my life on the fact I didn't even get to be in GATE. I'm not even autistic enough to be in GATE. At least Judy had OCD. But no, we appreciate you guys. Please, if you guys have any questions about insurance, make sure to get your comments in. And we'll see you next week right here on A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. Bye. You don't get teeth on a Saturday record. You don't get teeth. Okay, that's for Thursdays only.
You didn't get teeth? Oh.